Hey guys, and welcome to this Bitcoin update. So Bitcoin is still following our post from 4 months ago right here, when we said that this local top will happen and then we will go down in a 5-wave move down to get our cycle bottom in these common targets posted back in February. And today we'll compare 2022 bear market structure right here versus 2026 to see how far are we to a completion of this whole WXY wave structure, meaning how close to the bottom structurally we are. Then we'll also zoom in into right here where Bitcoin is right now, and I'll show you what scenarios there are possible for this next wave Bitcoin may be in. We'll show you which those wave patterns are, so you'll know how to predict and prepare yourself for the possible scenarios in the markets. And we'll also go through the next levels that decide which of these scenarios will be validated or invalidated. So let's start with 2022 right here, where Bitcoin started with this move right here, which if we would zoom in, this is a diagonal, a 3-wave move in each of these subwaves right here. And it made a corrective and connecting wave B and continue in a final 5-wave impulse down. If we draw a channeling line, you can see that this connecting wave B up, it broke this channeling line and then continued to the downside. And this is usually a sign that this is not a continuation of an impulse, so this being a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but a connecting wave to some kind of a 3-wave move. What happened next? Well, if we draw a channeling line from this whole ABC, what happened next? It broke in a larger connecting wave, wave X. And then it came down in a massive 5-wave impulse. This further confirmed that this was an ABC and this was a connecting wave X. And when this 5-wave move down happened, you knew for sure that this was some kind of a WXY, because WXY is a 3-wave move in wave W, a connecting wave, and a 3-wave move in wave Y. And when this structure is completed, so also an ABC in wave Y, you know that the bear market structure is finished. And let's just draw a channeling structure on this 5-wave move down as well. And you can see that Bitcoin broke it right here. So again, this being a connecting and corrective wave up. And then Bitcoin finished in a 5-wave wave C of this wave Y and completed this ABC of wave Y. And what we got in 2026, this year, we got a 5-wave move down in wave A. We got a 5-wave ending diagonal in wave C, which then broke and confirmed that this was only a connecting wave up with X in an ABC. So this tells us that this is not a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 because of two things. Because of this hint right here, broke of this channeling line, and because this is a diagonal, and diagonal can only be a leading diagonal, so being a first wave, or an ending diagonal, being a final wave. So this cannot be wave 3. It can only be wave 5, or wave 1, or wave A, or C. That's why this was ABC, broke with a connecting wave X. And what we got then? A 5-wave impulse down, which made wave A exactly as right here. Then the same corrective structure, wave B, and we are now in some kind of a final 5-wave move down in wave C of wave Y. So in comparison to 2022, we are now right here. Now, as you know, a 5-wave move, wave C, can take different forms. In this case, this was a 5-wave impulse, 5-wave move down, wave 1, a complex wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, that did not go in the territory of wave 1. So that's why this is a correct impulse. And then the final, meaning wave 5. Now the structure doesn't have to be exactly the same, but it is wave C of wave Y, meaning it's going to be some kind of a 5-wave move down. So if we take a look at where we are right now in 2026 in comparison to 2022, not in the sense of how close price-wise we are to the bottom, but structure-wise, okay? And we could be this close, okay? We could be this close, this being wave 4, and we are missing a final 5th wave. Now, like I said, this 5-wave move down is not the same, okay? Wave 1 here was an extended move down, and in this case, it is a nested, very nested, full of 1-2-1-2 waves right here, with an extended 3rd wave move down that may have finished here. We will see what this next price action means to us. And right now, we may finished some kind of an internal wave 3, this being a wave 1, 2. This was a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this was a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this then made a 1, 2, 3, 4, possible 5. Okay, this is not confirmed yet because of the things that we will go through right now. Show what patterns here are possible. This count right here may very well be true. Now let's zoom in right here, and let me show you which patterns are possible, so you will be able to recognize them. And in that way, protect yourself from uncertainty, because if you don't know what is still possible here in this next move up, then you will be fearful and uncertain all the way up if we go up. But if you know what is possible, nothing could surprise you. Now first, let's start with the scenario of this still being a final 5-wave move down. Well, as we were posting this week, the first level to watch out for was this right here, okay? Where we said that if Bitcoins break this, it will go higher, and that happened. Then the next level we are watching right now, which we posted this week also, is this line right here. So 62.2. Why? Well, because until Bitcoin doesn't break it, this could still be a 1, 2, 3, an expanding flat ABC, where a 3-wave move up in wave A 3-wave move down in wave B, and a 5-wave move up in wave C. So that's the first hint, how you can see what is possible. So we are now waiting for 62.2 to break. It may very possibly happen, like I said yesterday, because there is a lot of liquidity right here. So this move up wouldn't surprise me. And just so you know, this was that irregular flat correction I was talking about. This ABC, okay? So if and when that breaks, our next level to watch out for is right here at 1 monthly 50 EMA. Right here. So at 65.6.5. If this level holds, if Bitcoin doesn't break here, this could still be a diagonal. So a 1, 2, 3, a 3-wave move up, wave 4, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and a final wave 5 in a 3-wave move down. If this level breaks right here, 65.5, and goes above here, but does not break 67.2, this can be a larger diagonal. So this then could become some kind of a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, with a 3-wave move in each direction. So this was then a 3-wave move, and so on. Then what happened if we break this level right here? Well, then again, this irregular flat correction could be next that's on the menu, and being wave 4 of this whole move. So this whole move being wave 4. So an irregular A, B, C. So a 3-wave move wave A, wave B, and a 5-wave move up in wave C. If we draw fibs from wave A to wave B, a common target for wave C is this right here, from 1.272 to 1.618 fib. Then there's a possibility, like we said before, that this was actually a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this count stays alive. This right here, this whole move was a 5-wave move of wave 3 from this 1, 2, 3, and we are still missing wave 4 that started right here. If we draw fibs from the bottom of wave 3 to the start of wave 1, so the second one wave right here, common retracement is somewhere in this area. The most common, to be honest, is 0.382, because waves 4 tend to correct less than waves 2. But it is allowed to go all the way up, but not go into the territory of wave 1. And in this case, this remaining wave 1 is right here. So to about 79. That would be very untraditional and unusual, so I don't expect that. But we have to know what are the rules. This is the most common. Waves 4 can go above, but not into the territory of wave 1, which would be right here. And what are the possible wave patterns for waves 4? Well, the most basic one is a zigzag, okay, or a WXY, which is a double zigzag. The next one is some kind of a flat correction. So some kind of something like this, or if it's expanded, like we showed before, a textbook is something like this. So a 3-wave move, 3-wave move, and a 5-wave move. Or it can be a triangle that look like this, and that are labeled as an A, B, C, D, E. This is why it's important to know which scenarios and wave patterns and structures are possible, and then you can exclude each one of them when the price level reaches one of these targets. And the closest ones we are watching are these three right here. And like we said, Bitcoin is very close to breaking 62.2 right now. And what is also happening, if it breaks 62.2, it will also break this channeling structure right here, which it respected 12 times on 12 different points since the 82K drop. So here, 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 here a couple of times, here 3 times, and here as well. So breaking this right here, you can expect it then to make some kind of a move up further. And the next line to watch out for is this one right here. Okay, a channeling structure, a parallel channeling structure from this bottom channel. And then this channeling structure then becomes a strong next resistance. And at the same level, we have a 1 weekly 200 moving average right here. So a very strong resistance confluence area at the same level. And this next one right here, which is the channeling structure, and this resistance right here is at the similar level as the 0.382 fib. So this then becomes a strong resistance confluence area. Then we see what this becomes some kind of a 3-wave structure, or if Bitcoin breaks this one as well. And finally, there is a question of, is it possible that this was a whole 5-wave move down? Well, by this messy wave count right here, I would say no, that we are still missing a kind of a 4-5 or a completed 5-wave move down of this 1-2 right here. And also we didn't see any characteristics of a bottom behavior, which is some kind of capitulation. And combining all of that with some of the on-chain data, like NUPL, which we are posting about, which is this right here, net unrealized profit loss. Every bear market historically did bottom in a capitulation zone, in a deep one. Okay, it happened here in 2011, here in 2015, in 2018, and in 2022, and we are not in the green encapsulation zone yet. While this depth of how far into this green zone we get is reducing, we should see some signs going into this green zone right here. And if we look at the liquidity on a higher time frame, we can see right here that there is still a lot of liquidity down to 52K area, which, as you know, is exactly our target box that we've had for many months now, from 57 to 52K right here. If wave Y is extended to 1.618 fib, this comes at 47. And finally, if we return to our comparison chart, the last thing we can play around with is we can calculate how far deep wave Y of this WXY did extend to. So drawing a fib from wave Y to wave X, it almost reached a very common 1.618 fib. Missed it by a little bit right here. And if we do the same for this current bear market 2026, from wave Y to wave X, this is why bottom target, if wave Y extends to 1.618, is 47K. So that was it. I hope that helped with of how you can predict the next scenarios that are possible. And right now, we know what price levels we need to watch out for exactly, that will validate or invalidate some of the wave patterns that we've just gone through. So let me know in the comments what you think. What do you think the next move is? And until the next time, have a great day. Bye bye. See you.